Coming up next, the powerful story of a real-life pastor who was declared dead only to come back to life after, he says, a visit to heaven. The film is called 90 Minutes in Heaven, and it stars Hayden Christensen. We'll hang out with Hayden right after this. Hayden Christensen has starred in a lot of films, but he's known perhaps best for his role as Anakin Skywalker, the man who would become Darth Vader in the Star Wars films.
Now Hayden stars in the new film 90 Minutes in Heaven. It tells the true story of a man, a pastor, who says he visited the afterlife following a devastating car crash.
Why would I want anyone to come see me like this? Huh? It's awful.
It's not your call.
Hayden, good morning.
Morning, Hayden.
Morning,
Hi there.
Hayden.
How you guys doing?
Good. We're doing great. This is a powerful, true story based on the life of this pastor, Don Piper. Tell me what it was like playing him.
It was a real privilege. He's a man who I really admire and respect, and he's experienced something pretty remarkable. But it was a real treat getting to play him and be involved in this project.
So the real-life story goes, he gets in a terrible car wreck with a semi-truck. He's pronounced dead on the scene, lays under a tarp for 90 minutes while they're processing the scene.
Yeah.
What did he tell you he saw in those 90 minutes?
He went to heaven. And I mean, maybe it's a better question for him, but he describes a pretty remarkable experience where it was, this incredible family reunion for him. And he describes it in great detail. The sounds and the smells and all of the sort of the stimulus that he experienced.
So he saw people. It wasn't just a light. He saw members of his family.
Yeah. And then he comes back to a pretty painful recovery. His body's in bad shape, and he's kind of lost his will to live. And so the film is very much about his recovery and how his family comes together and the community of people come together to help him through this very difficult time.
What an interesting time for you to, speaking of timing on this, to play this role. You're a new dad.
Yeah.
You're looking at life through the prism of someone who says that it was a near-death or afterlife experience. I would imagine both put life in perspective here.
Totally.
How was that for you, especially in this huge transition in your life as a dad?
I mean, I think the two were sort of very intertwined. I was very affected by the story when I read it the first time, and I guess being a new father, it was nice to get to be involved in a project that I was going to be very proud of, and proud to have my family see it, and one day my daughter see it, and so. Yeah, definitely played a factor.
Your daughter's beautiful, by the way.
So Briar Rose.
You did Briar Rose.
Adorable.
Inspired by Sleeping Beauty, right?
They share a name, but not necessarily inspired by.
She's not Sleeping Beauty, for clarification.
No, not the story, the name. Thank you for the clarification.
Like, just to be clear, that's a name, not my daughter. So what's the most interesting thing about being a new dad?
Oh, man, I mean, everything. It's just life-changing, and, puts everything into a new perspective. But it changes everything so quickly, so it's just trying to adjust to it all.
Well, it's great to have you here, Hayden Christensen. We should say, by the way, all proceeds of the film go to charity.
Yeah,
it's a Christian film, so
yeah, that was a very big factor. All the profits are going to go to charity, which is sort of unheard of.
That is unheard of.
Yeah,
so
that's great. Well, thank you so much. 90 Minutes in Heaven hits theaters this Friday.
Thanks, Hayden. Thank you.
Coming up next, okay, how many clap pull-ups can anyone do in a minute? I can't even do one pull-up.
Hayden, you got
Oh, Hayden says he can try.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Well, our current record holder can do. He's going to try to outdo himself live right after this.
It's amazing. Come on, Hayden, go.
He's like, yeah, right.
No, after me. No, after you.